In the United States, it's common to use tax filing software to submit your tax paperwork to the Internal Revenue Service, or IRS. These programs allow you to fill out and submit your tax returns electronically. But say you have a tricky tax year ahead, or maybe you just don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on your filing. How can you tell what tax filing software or service you should use? I'm a personal finance writer at NerdWallet, and my colleagues on the tax team have spent tons of time researching tax software. So today, we're going to fill you in on exactly what to look for, as well as some alternative options. Tax filing software has come a long way, and today it can be pretty quick and easy to fill out and submit your tax information. If you're using the same software multiple years in a row, the software might even autofill some of your information, making it even easier to file. When it comes to picking out a new tax software service, however, there are several things to think about. First, determine what kind of IRS forms you'll need to file and which software services support those forms. There are a lot of different factors that affect your tax filing and the kinds of forms and documents that you need to include. Your marital status, your number of dependents, your employment status, whether you own property, and your amount of charitable contributions are all factors that complicate the kind of tax forms and documents you file. Tax software will typically walk you through these considerations as you're filing so that you can add your income information and itemizations, whether you're filing a simple return or you have more complex considerations. If you do have a more complex situation, say you own multiple properties, you're self-employed, or you're filing on behalf of an aging parent, you may want to investigate further to make sure your chosen software supports your needs. Next, compare pricing on different services. Pricing can vary widely among software providers for both federal and state packages. Some tax software services offer a free version of their software for simple tax returns, but for more complex filing, you might be charged between $50 and $100 to file your state and federal tax returns. Based on NerdWallet ratings, our highest rated tax software products on the market at the time of recording include TurboTax and H&R Block. Both products come with different levels of their software, depending on your tax needs. You can read more about these services and their ratings on our website. As a matter of editorial policy, we don't rate and review NerdWallet branded products, but if you're considering using tax software for your filing, you can also check out NerdWallet Taxes powered by Column Tax. Functionality-wise, it handles common tax situations like unemployment, homeownership, student loan interest, itemized deductions, investments, and self-employment. You'll find it similar to premium versions of other tax filing software. Learn more and get registered at nerdwallet.com. Keep in mind that there is another filing option if your income was $79,000 or less in 2023. If you meet that threshold, then you can file your taxes for free with a service called IRS Free File. The IRS estimates that around 70% of U.S. taxpayers qualify for this service. If you qualify for an IRS Free File program, there's no reason to pay for tax software of any kind. Finally, compare user-friendliness and customer service options. Here at NerdWallet, we like to take a look at several features of tax software to determine whether it'll be a good fit. Besides looking at the forms that the software supports and the different pricing packages, we also evaluate the tools that the software offers. These might include a tax refund tracker, different refund payment options, the App Store rating of the software's mobile app, how long your prior tax returns are saved, and whether the software provides context and additional education resources throughout the filing process. We also like software that makes it easy for you to import your tax forms, whether that's manually, through a scan, through an upload, or through your employer identification number. Besides the software itself, another important service feature that you might want to consider is whether you have access to human support. Some software providers connect you with tax professionals if you have questions, although you may need to pay for this service as an upgrade to your filing package. If you're torn between multiple software providers, or if you just want to see how different providers compare, you can search online for reviews of different tax software and see how they stack up against each other. There are also a couple of alternatives to using tax filing software. These include filling out IRS Form 1040 and mailing it in yourself, or using a human tax preparation service. Filing your forms yourself isn't always recommended because it can be easy to overlook important information that software will usually help you with. But if you have a simple tax return, it can be an option for you. Tax pros can be helpful if you're uncertain or confused about your tax filing, but keep in mind that these preparation services can be pretty expensive. According to a 2023 survey from Drake Software, the average fee to file a non-itemized Form 1040 was $251. The average cost to file an itemized Form 1040 was $298. However, if you have a complicated tax filing ahead of you, a tax pro can help you navigate the process and save you from potential fines or audits. But if your tax filing seems like it'll be fairly straightforward, Tax software could be the overall better option than self-filing or hiring a professional. Tax season can be stressful, but with the right software, you can make it an easier lift. I'm Chanelle Bessette, and I'm a writer for NerdWallet. If you're looking for reviews on the best tax software, head over to NerdWallet to get started. And if you feel like you learned something today, hit like and subscribe.